Hey, Maria.
Hi, Dr. John. Thank you so much for taking my call.
Of course. What's up?
So my husband and I have been married for 3 years. It's been a very challenging 3 years, but we just had a son who's about a month and a half. And my husband expressed interest of being a stay-at-home parent. And I'm just wondering, if this is the right decision for us financially, for the development of our child, and for our
you don't
marriage.
respect your husband. Why not? I can hear it. You're trying hard. Just say it.
Oh my gosh! He.
Hold on, Maria.
Yes.
We are in a everything's got to be delicate world, and you're not allowed to just say things because I don't want to sound like we have to blow by all of the things you're supposed to say and not say. Get right down to your guts. I can hear it in the way you're dancing around this. I've talked to too many wives who don't respect their husbands. You don't respect this dude. Why?
I just don't think he's worked really hard for something he really wants until our son came along.
Okay. Stop right there. Whew. Have you ever said that out loud before?
No.
Okay. Thank you for saying it. You're going to feel a weird mix of guilt and powerful relief that you put out into the universe, okay? Whew.
Yeah.
3 years it's been hard. In 3 years do you work full time?
I do. I work from home, and we've had a lot of fun coming up until we got married because life just through some really tough challenges. Like, we lost a child at 30 weeks of our pregnancy. We moved to a place where we didn't have we didn't know anybody, and we bought a house. So lots of change within the short period of time. Yeah. And now we have another big life event, which is our son. And, I remember asking my husband when we were dating of what do you want most out of your life? And he said he wants a family. And my gut says, let's do it. Let's have him be a stay-at-home parent. And I do work full-time and I do work from home. So we'll be around each other a lot, but I'm scared. I'm really scared.
How far along are you right now?
We're a month. Well, he's here. Here. We made it.
Okay.
He's a month and a half old, and my husband was only able to stay home for 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. So, and I'm still on maternity leave. So I've been with my baby practically 24/7.
If you could snap your fingers and stay at home forever, would you? Or can you not wait to get back to the office?
I love my job.
Okay.
I have dreamt for the job that I have, and I love my son, and I don't want to be stuck having to choose a career over my son because my son's going to win, but we still need money, right?
Right.
My husband, on the other hand, has a love-hate relationship with his job, and he is very in love with my son. Well, our son. Very in love with our son. And so I think it would be a very easy transition for him. That does put a lot more responsibility on me in terms of financial and being the breadwinner and being able to manage that.
Can I tell you what I think's at the root of some of this?
Yeah.
And what I'm going to say is going to get a bunch of mean comments on the internets, and I'm okay with that. Okay.
Yeah, I don't. It's fine.
But mean internet commenters, direct these at me, not at Maria. Okay. Here's what I think. I think y'all are both feeling the reverse of what the world has said. Here's what I mean. There's a lot of talk out in the world, and I'm surrounded by powerful, both academic feminists and employment feminists. That's the world I've inhabited for 20 years, okay? But there's a particular pitch that I want X, Y, and Z responsibilities, professional, etc. And you are feeling the weight of the household now that has been largely ignored by from men for all these years. Like, they just do this, they just go to work. And there's this, oh my God, you carry the whole thing, right? It's heavy. And on the other side, your husband thinks this is just going to be easier than working. And he is nuts Right?
Yeah. I kindly remind him of, hey, if you stay home, you're going to feel a whole different type of exhaustion. You're going to feel a whole different type of emotion that you never thought you had.
Here's what I think you're scared of, Maria. And if this is what you're feeling, I think you're right, because this is what I'm feeling. I think you know as well as I do, you're going to be a full-time mom and a full-time employee at home.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't work. He's always complaining about things when they get tired, they get hard, they get heavy. And he thinks he's going to get to just hug his little baby. And it's a ton of work. And if he's staying at home and you're carrying the entire house on your back, then he's got to clean the toilets and take out trash and clean dishes and make meals.
Yeah, the good thing is he does some of that already.
Yeah, I know, but not all at the same time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And then here's the deal: in 3 months, it's like, well, this is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then what are you gonna do?
Yeah, and we are meeting a nanny this afternoon to kind of to see what her to meet her and interview her. But essentially, his salary would be paying for her to be in the house.
That's because, hold on, what does he do for a living?
He's in construction. We'll just leave it as construction. So he works anywhere. He'll leave like 30 in the morning, and sometimes he doesn't come until like 7 o'clock at night. So he works really long hours, and he's very exhausted when he gets home. So right now, I mean, everything's so fresh. Our son's only a month and a half, but when I need a break when he comes home, he doesn't also just have the energy. So he tries, he'll like suck it up so I can take like an hour to 2 hour power nap. But I also don't think that's fair for our son or for the both of us, because I get it. We're managing, and we've been very kind to each other throughout this process. Even when I'm a little bit more fire and he's a little bit more water, but even in those moments I'm really heated just because I'm so exhausted. He's just so kind to me, and so it really brings me down to be the same to him. And our son will benefit from it, because when we take a moment, we can then like breathe, care for our son, and move on and make it through.
Hey, Maria,
So,
Maria.
Yeah.
Your kid's gonna be okay. For real. Stop for a second, okay? You're a good mom, and your kid's gonna be okay.
I was not anticipating to be so emotional,
Maria.
Dr. John.
Maria, your kid's gonna be okay. All right? And I think y'all are being really nice to each other. I don't think you're being very kind, because kind is about clarity and clearness. And you're 1 month into having your entire world blown up. You're supposed to be tired. And you're supposed to be snappy. And you're supposed to not know what day it is. Okay? All that's normal. And I take back what I said about your husband. It doesn't sound like he's lazy. It sounds like he works 14 hours a day.
Yeah, he is a true hard worker.
Okay, well, I take that back. I suck for saying that. That was wrong.
It's okay.
And there's something about coming home and collapsing on the floor and having a newborn babble around and pluck your hair while you're just in that staggered state of, I just got home from working a 14-hour shift and there's a newborn here and my wife just passed out of sleep standing up, right? That's life with a newborn. You guys relax. You're trying to over-engineer this thing. Y'all are okay. Baby's going to be fine. Baby's going to be okay.
I mean, it was a challenge for him to be here.
Hey, it's a challenge for everybody. Okay? And if you can't wait to get back to this work, you're not a bad mom. And if you, a month from now, are like, I cannot hand my baby to a nanny, and I don't want to hand this baby off to my husband. You're not a terrible woman of the 21st century. You're a mom. You get to do whatever you want. Okay? And
Yeah.
if you don't respect your husband, he already knows it. He feels it.
Mm.
And he has for 3 years.
Mm.
And so if it's time for y'all to have a hard conversation about, hey, I know you like your job or you don't love your job, the time to do something different is right now. So, yeah, you can stay at home with baby, and you're also going to get another degree. Or you're going to get training, or you're going to whatever you got to do. But it sounds like the way you explained it, he more wants to not do what he's doing than he does, like, wants to dedicate his life to being the best stay-at-home dad. If he wants to be the best stay-at-home dad, awesome. You just have to count that cost. And it sounds like maybe if he can do work 12-hour shifts every day or 16-hour shifts of manual labor, man, maybe he will be able to pull it off.
Yeah, he's very confident, and I think it's more me than it is him.
Okay.
And I think I need to trust him. And
is he trustworthy?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Absolutely. So, I think it's more me than it is him.
Here's what I want you to reconcile with, and this is just a conversation you can both have together, okay? By the way, don't tell me your husband's name. I'm going to call him Dan. Hey, Dan, I said mean things about you early in this call, and I take it back. Sounds like you're a pretty great guy.
He's so wonderful,
That's
Dr.
on me.
Don. He really is.
Dan, you're a great guy. Don't come up here and kill me. All right, so it sounds like you're trying to hold on to your life, your previous life, and add a baby to it. The life that you had is now officially over. And that's both something to grieve and also pretty amazing because now you get to build whatever you want to next. But if you go down to one income and you had a child and you decide to be the breadwinner, that's just a different weight. It's heavy. And it's going to look different than probably you drew it up. And you might not be able to drive car X. Or y'all may have to turn the thermostat up 2 degrees and it's not going to be perfectly comfortable because the electric bill got expensive. Or he may have to be a full-time dad Monday through Friday, and then on Saturday and Sunday, he's got to go work part-time somewhere. Y'all got to figure some things out, right? Your old life is going to look different than your new life. It's when you try to drag old life into new life, it just all gets into be a jumbled mess. And so sitting down together and saying, okay, what we had is over. Now we have this beautiful little baby boy. And we're about to blow the whole thing up. What does that mean financially? What does that mean relationally? What does that mean with everything? And by the way, 1 month is not the time to have this conversation. Right?
Got it.
1 month is time to survive.
Got it.
If your husband was to quit his job and be a stay-at-home dad for 1 month and hated it and the whole house imploded, could he go back and get that job back?
Absolutely. They would love to have him back.
Okay. Then take it 30 days at a time. Take it 60 days at a time. We're going to try this for 3 months.
That makes sense.
And then if it doesn't work, we go, cool, that didn't work. That didn't work. Right?
I think this is the most kind of validation I've had because I've talked with my friends and everyone's like, oh, you have to figure out what's right for you. And I'm like, but I don't know what's right for me. I don't know what's right for us.
Figure out what's right for 90 days. It feels like every decision is the rest of your life. You're a good mom and he's a good dad. Your kid's going to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you read books to your kid and make sure you feed them. They will be okay.
Will do.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's one of my great privileges in my life to talk to you.
Thank you. Yeah, I was really pleasantly surprised that I was able to get on this show.
No, it's awesome. Just know that silent weight of generations of men living quiet lives of desperation, a lot of that originates in carrying the weight of a household and having nobody to do life with. Carrying a house is heavy, and it's an unspoken weight. the same as, but different. Taking care of a human being is heavy. It's exhausting. There's so much into it. It's
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
second, right?
Yeah.
It's all of it.
And this tiny little person needs you.
Yes.
Depends on you.
And you figure that out when, like, they have to eat. You figure it out when you have to go to the bathroom. And you're like, oh, guess you're coming in here with me, right? I guess you're going to watch because I got to go, right? It never stops. It's all of it.
Right. And we have animals, so it's like not just babies, it's the animals.
Of course
too.
you
They
do,
all
Maria,
come in
because
their
you're like,
class.
you know what? How can we complicate this further?
Yeah.
It's both of you deciding what kind of world do we want to build together? And then what do we got to do to make this world a reality? And let's give it a shot for 90 days. There's nothing we can't take back. And if he's a skilled craftsman, if he's a construction guy, if he's good at, I don't know, cabinetry or tile or roofing, or he's a project manager and he can step in and out, dude, perfect. And there's going to be some reality adjustments with your budget. There's going to be some reality adjustments with the life y'all are used to because it's different now. You got a human in there. And you, being the sole breadwinner, you're just going to feel like that squat bar. It's whoosh, it gets heavy. And you're going to have friends. And you're going to leave the house because if you find yourself 9 months from now and all you do is sit inside the house and work inside the house and then have kid inside the house and then be married inside the house, you're going to go stone mad. So you got to have friends to go visit and go see. You got to learn how to play golf or go have drinks with have nachos, whatever. You got to go be with people that'll help you carry the load. And then he's going to go from being a construction guy to a stay-at-home dad, which is kind of amazing. And if he loves it, awesome. And if he hates it, awesome. We'll figure it out then. 2 to 3 months at a time. There's no take-backs. I mean, there's no not take-backs. You can take back whatever you want. You can change. It's good. I'm proud of you, Maria. You're a good mom. You're a good mom. I'm going to send you Building an Unanxious Life. I want y'all to use that as your roadmap. Hang on the line. It'll be my gift to you, your new baby gift. And again, tell your husband, give him a big hug. I was going to say a kiss on the neck, but that'd probably be too much from a stranger like me. Just give him a hug. Tell him he's doing a good job.